Welcome to the Cosmic Vault presents Echoes from the Vault. Vault Talk. I'm Brie, and I'm the CEO of the Cosmic Vault. I'm here with two of my really good friends, and tonight we're going to talk about some fantasy movies. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Howdy, hey, I'm Chichi.
Hey man, I'm Daniel. I'm currently painting a miniature.
We love miniatures. You want to tell us what kind of miniature, or is it big secrets?
It is not. It's actually I'm really slow painter. So right now I'm painting is a miniature from the upcoming game for Gundam. It's just fire, man. I just love it.
I love Gundams.
Man, they're so good.
You know, I played for the first time Chichi last week. It was a lot of fun. Those of you who don't know what it is, Daniel, briefing.
Yeah,
what'd you play?
The Gundam card game.
Oh, I still have yet to play it. I need to.
Oh, I think you will love it because it's very simple to understand how to play at first, but the ceiling on when are you gonna do things, it's like it's those kind of games, you know, that it's easy to understand, but the difficult part is when to make the decision.
Okay.
It feels some very Gundam-ish. That's all I can say.
I heard there's a multiplayer way to play it.
No, yes. They also have that.
I'd love to try it out multiplayer.
It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. We have a lot of really talents here today, so we just want to say thank you, Star Travelers, and we hope that you enjoy this. We hope you love movies as much as we do, and tonight we are talking about our favorite fantasy movies. Are you guys ready? I'm excited. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Come in.
I'm so ready. Okay. All right. I will go first. So, my favorite movie, and this was a very difficult decision for me, by the way. It's got to be The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. As far as fantasy-wise, I loved it. Still loves it. Love it so much.
Who doesn't, right?
I mean, it truly is a good movie. And what do I like the most? So, I feel like it was written to have the quote-unquote perfect ending. The writing of the movie and the story altogether was just so beautifully put together. The characters' endings were justified and perfect without the modern stigma of subverting your expectations. Game of Thrones, we're looking at you. I love that so much. The next, what does this movie remind you of? This is where it gets me in my fifis and my emojis. Overcoming obstacles not really we thought possible, and healing through the trauma. So the overcoming we see in the movie in the books, these huge battles. And although some of our stories in real life, they're not told on such big of a scale as The Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, it still is us finally watching our favorite people, our favorite characters overcoming the battle of their lifetime. Giving up was absolutely never an option, and sometimes we're meant for things that we don't always want to do. And in Aragorn's case, did he really want to rule at first? No, but at the end we realize he's like you were meant for this kind of thing. And sometimes these positions make us uncomfortable and scared, and sometimes we have to keep on pushing and keep fighting. And when I was a kid, I loved the ending so much. Going through a lot of what I did, I always thought, man, I hope that I'm able to find that kind of perfect ending one day. I want to find these people. They were friends. They loved each other. When Aragorn was like, you bow to no one, and I'm like, all of a sudden I turn into an anime character. I'm like crying, or I go straight up like Seagull, where you're like one of the two. It's always one of the two. And it's just I love that moment. And the directing, everything was just so wonderful. And as far as the healing portion, healing is hard. Healing is super hard. And after all that fighting, even in real life, sometimes we have post-trauma that we all have to deal with. Post-war trauma himself is healing. Tolkien himself, the writer, was a World War I veteran. Frodo's lingering wounds, they symbolize the cost of war on the psyche, and we go through that hand in hand every single day. And a lot of times I think it's downplayed, and I think that as a society we should stop doing that everybody hurts in different ways, and downplaying somebody's pain doesn't help anybody. But Frodo found help in Sam, Aragorn, and Legolas and Gimli. I mean, even apart, each fellowship fought for each other and learning to love each other more every day. Each one of these characters could have just said at any time, "Hey, I'm going to send my thoughts and prayers and wish you the best," at any time, and just bounced. Literally could have just said, like, "All right, adios." That's how I feel like. I feel like that's how, like, some of the hobbits would have been. They literally have been like, "All right, adios. Bye. Send you a postcard. Goodbye." They're going to move to Westeros.
And still, Frodo never said the name of Legolas even once in the movie.
He has no idea what his name is. No idea at all.
That's the elf of the party. Who was that? That's the elf.
That guy.
A blonde one.
Gimli's best friend.
Gimli's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Hey. Best friend. I'm so sorry. I will advocate for this. They are best friends.
Yes. And I will say, I really like the healing because, the universe will bring the right people to you to help heal if you let them. And I truly believe that's where I have you two here. We have other friends who love and care about, and you never really know who's going to walk into your life. But this group of people, I'm like, wow, okay. I didn't know how long it would take, but I've found those people because I believe you can find like help, love, and healing more than just romantic relationships, like platonic, and that's what they had. These people, I mean, Aragorn, obviously, they had a romantic, but the friends, it was platonic and true love. And there's more than just romantic stuff that involves true love. True love could be the love of a son, a brother, a sister, and that's what they were. They were family. So next, what do you think of the color palette used in the film? So the natural colors, I love.
That's a big one.
Maroons, grays, blacks, browns. Big, vibrant colors can be gorgeous too, like in Avatar. Like, look, there's no denying when it's all beautiful, colorful, it takes you to another universe. But the naturalization of the palette suited well with the story, made it more realistic. And the films also utilized, digital intermediate DI process, where the film was scanned and color corrected digitally. And that happens with most films, and that's fine too. But it just made it more real. So I liked that aspect like a lot.
Yeah,
next,
I feel weird.
What do you think of the lighting? Oof. My favorite lighting in particular is like in the Lord of the Rings altogether was in the mountains and the mines in the first, especially in the Fellowship of the Ring. But the low light quality is so incredible. It's my favorite tool to use when filming anyway. Like, I love low light quality. So that was my absolute favorite. It was filmed primarily using the Aeroflex cameras.
Did they? For real?
Primarily, yeah. And it's crazy. Apparently they also use Mitchell cameras for miniature work and movie cams, silver lights, Steadicam shots. I mean, obviously there's a lot going into that and the type of cameras used, but I really love the camera that I use, the Sony A7S. They have incredible low light quality. I mean, they're not Red cameras or anything. Like, Red camera is up there, although it's got a lot of rivals now with modern technology, but the low light quality is always going to be my favorite because it's so easy and it works so well with dark scenes.
Yeah, it captures more of the natural light, correct?
Yes, and so like if it's dark, it'll like pick up on that, how you would your actual, like how you're seeing the dark.
How your eyes would see it.
That's fair. That's interesting.
So next was, what was your favorite character? Oof, this was another super difficult one for me. So my favorite characters, after sitting down and really having to like think this through, man, were likely Aragorn and Sam, although Gandalf was, if I think about it too long, I would have to, I don't know. So Aragorn, I just loved how humble he was as a hero. He's definitely the hero that many people deserve. And Sam, come on now. Sam is the friend that I want to be. He is a powerhouse, bro.
Yes.
Agreed.
Yeah, well, my dog is named Sam after him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frodo. There's no way Frodo would have made it without Sam. Absolutely no way. No way. I have
You're sure, right?
every doubt. Like Sam was there to literally drag him through everything to get him there. And then the end of the movie. And by the way, this is a spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen this movie, although it's like over 20 years old. Over 20 years old.
Not even. It is Lord of the Rings. Come on, if you haven't watched it, it's because
like,
you don't like it or you don't want to.
Hey, the movie.
For real. But at the end, whenever we see Frodo, he doesn't immediately throw the ring in, and you just see Sam's eyes have been like this defeat. Like if I were Sam, this is why he's so much better than me, because I would have just immediately ripped Frodo in half. I would have lost my mind. If Gollum didn't bite off his finger, I would have done it myself.
He's not gonna let go of the ring. Push him into the lava.
I like
Problem solved.
unhinged. I'm talking. I would have been so unhinged, which but that proves like obviously how he was written, the loyalty and the love and the gentle nature that he is. That's why it wasn't Frodo and Brie. It was Frodo and Sam.
Yeah, total different outcome if it would be Frodo and Brie.
If it was Frodo and Brie, it would not be Frodo and Brie for long.
Be like,
then just Brie
right now.
Like, Frodo and Brie, who's Frodo? I don't know.
Who's this guy?
Wait,
I don't know this guy.
It's just Brie.
You know something funny about Sam, actually, now that you're talking about him, is that I don't know if you guys have read the books, but there is a scene where he is fantasizing about using the ring when they are very close to Mount Doom, to the volcano. And yeah. And the thing is that what he wants to use the ring, the power of the ring for, is to create the world as a huge garden and to protect the garden. So it was very bizarre that he wanted to use it for good, but at the same time, he was like a very tyrannic, a very mean way. I'm going to protect my garden, and if you don't like my garden, you are going to get my sword or something like that.
That's my potatoes.
Yeah, no. Sam is a very interesting character. I'm somehow happy that they didn't bring the garden scene to the movie, but it's a very special scene though.
I like that. That's a good idea. That's like I can imagine if I love potatoes that much, and I probably do, or fruit, because I love fruit. Fun fact, I love fruit.
Yeah.
I would totally use the ring to protect my fruit. I'd be like, my preciouses. Like, don't touch my jalapenos and my tomatoes and my whatever. That else I probably have in a garden. My preciouses.
It's just about the.
You just see me in a garden wearing a loincloth, just like holding
Oh no.
a jalapeno ring. Gosh, puts a ring on it. Yeah. Anyway, that took a weird left turn. So anyway, the next one, and this is one that's like, it's either easy for you to answer or it's difficult. But what did you not like about the movie? Okay, so at first, as like a very young child, I hated how long it was when the adults would watch it. I was like, man, this movie, I'm gonna be like retired by the time it's over. And because kids, sometimes we don't have long attention spans, we don't really understand the seriousness of the nature of movies. But what captured me was like the love of the characters and the monsters and the magic. So lucky enough, I was still engaged, but it just took so long at the time to finish. Now, as I got older, it means so much less to me now. And I could watch them in the background literally all the time and be completely fine. Most importantly, now that I'm older, I'm glad that I'm over that hump. But this part really bothered me a lot. And I felt like they just downplayed Sam so much. Like, for example, that epic moment where Aragorn turns around and he's like, "For Frodo." And everybody's like, yes! I gotta be honest. I love, listen, Frodo was heroic and went through nightmare, and there's no doubt about it. But, bro, what about Sam? Bro is out there. He is right there. right beside Frodo.
Oh.
Without
Sam
Sam,
was right
Frodo's
there
bitch
next to
ass,
him.
he wouldn't have made it. He wouldn't have made it out of the Shire, okay? Like, what about for Frodo and Sam? You know, or like somebody, like, I remember watching that when I was older, waiting for somebody to be like, for Sam, for Sam. So, and nobody did. I mean, they all hollered and yelled, and that's fine. But I'm still like, an extra? Couldn't an extra say it? Did they, like, where's the extras? Where's the Sam?
Actually, it was even worse than that. It was even worse than that because when he says for Frodo, everybody behind him, besides the former Fellowship members, they were like, "Who? For Frodo? Who? For who? Who's that? What is a Frodo?
What's a ring? Who's a hobbit?
Yeah,
Is that
what
a
is a
hobbit?
Frodo? I mean, what?
Someone in the crowd
But
yells, "What are you talking about?"
Are you sure? I think he's meant habit. Or is this all for a habit? Somebody's habit? I don't know what a hobbit is. Do you? No. Mm-mm. No. Who the fuck is
Because you mean
that?
a rabbit? Oh no!
What's a Frodo? And what they don't tell you in the movies. So in the end, again, spoiler alert, I guess for spoilers' sake, so don't say we didn't warn you. Eventually, at the end of the movie, you see Bilbo from The Hobbit. You see Frodo and Gandalf. They go to the Undying Lands. Again,
Correct.
you know, the whole crying thing again. What they don't tell you, though, is that eventually, at the end of his life, Sam also goes to the Undying Lands to be with Frodo and Gandalf. And I felt that he was so important to have that honorable mention. And it wasn't there. I mean, a script would have been nice, something at the end of the movie. And then they also don't tell you that Merry and Pippin are buried with kings in Gondor at the end of their lives. So Aragorn buries them. I don't know. I know that it's not always necessary. Like, I just felt that part for Sam was so important and they left it out. And I was devastated. I'm still hurt. My fifis are still hurt. My Sam fifis are still hurt. So
Right,
that's
Sam deserved like a mention.
Yeah.
To this day, I sometimes lose sleep over it. I will not lie. I'm kidding. Sort of. Not really. Maybe. I don't know. Depends on the day. Tonight, definitely losing sleep over it. Yeah. So that's my favorite fantasy movie. It was difficult to choose, but at the same time, it kind of wasn't. Like, this is just such a good movie. All three of them are so great. I just absolutely love the ending. The ending to the Return of the King for sure.
Beautiful.
Very good movie. I only
Yeah.
saw Lord of the Rings recently, like I want to say last year with you guys.
Oh
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
We had to strap
Such
him
a good
down and
movie.
like tape his eyes open.
Oh no, I was so invested. I really thought I was gonna like go in there and be like, oh, it's just a fantasy, but like within the first couple minutes, I'm already, this is good. You know what? I'm hooked. I want to know more.
Yeah, it is that magic that captivates you. And also, just for the record, I made a mistake. It was not in the third book. It was on the second book that Sam has the ring and he fantasizes of creating a garden. Like the entire world is a garden. But he himself refuses it. He's like, no, this is not true. This is cruel. And he just lets go of the dream.
Which, good on him for having the most, I guess, wholesome dream for this all-powerful item, and then even realizing, like, oh no, it's still corrupted, like, this isn't what I want. This is not what I want. That takes some power.
Yeah, technically he was the most powerful ring bearer from among all of the books. Well, not considering Sauron, like the creator of it, but
Right.
but like among the everybody that came afterwards, the most powerful one, even though for a brief moment, was Sam, in my opinion at least.
I'd have to agree because he's really the aside from Aragorn, but that was in the first movie, and you know what? I don't know if it's still in the book. Like while it still tempted him, he was able to give it back. Sam too. Sam didn't pull a scary Bilbo and be like, you know.
So one thing with Aragorn, even though he was being tempted by just being in the same space, he was never a ring bearer because he never carried a ring.
Yep. Yep.
Being a ring bearer, it was like very literally. You are the ring bearer because you have the ring in your hands, at least for a brief moment. So yeah, technically, he was never one.
And you know what? There was something else I was going to bring up, and I feel like you'd be better able to explain this because a lot of people don't understand. Bilbo had
Let's
the
see.
ring for so long, but he didn't have the type of pain that Frodo did.
It's a very dense subject to talk
Different.
about. However, Frodo's pain of granted by the ring comes from two main sources. One of them is the stab. When he got stabbed by a Morgul blade on the first movie, first book as well, that wound never healed. So he could be getting the best medics and the best elvish medicine ever created in the lore of the Lord of the Rings, but he will never heal because of the nature of the weapon used and the dark magics associated with that weapon. And also with the user of that weapon. Also, Bilbo was never going directly towards Mordor, where Frodo actually was. So, the closer you are to Mordor, the most you feel the presence of Sauron and his pressure over the ring. Like the closer you are, the stronger is the bond. It's the same concept. Just to say it in a brief way. So technically, Frodo being always injured and why not? Let's throw in there the stamina that you have to have just to walk all of that distance, even though it's in different days, even it's a couple of months. Yes, but this is still a long distance. You're also physically tired. You're not eating well, and the closer you get to Mordor, and the closer you get to the Mount of Fire, it is more taxing on you. Physically, mentally, everything. Your own spirits goes. You just want to go down. So,
Frodo was
yeah.
Frodo was just cranky. He just needed a nap. It was a long walk.
He had to take a
Yeah, I mean, he wanted an Uber, man. He wanted an Uber.
Yeah. Frodo was all up in Mordor, like a Q-tip in somebody's ear, man.
Yep.
Which technically you're not supposed to use Q-tips on your ears because it could damage your eardrum. Health fact.
By Q-tips.
But still,
No,
everybody does it.
That is true. That is true. Actually, you're not supposed to stick it into your ear. He's not wrong.
No. Don't do that, guys. Don't stick Q-tips in your ears.
Yeah, we're giving medical advice now. Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you for listening. Next, we're gonna go on to Chi. All right, Chi.
Hello.
Away, Chi.
All right. So I couldn't be normal. I had to pick multiple movies, but they're all thematically similar, and I can jump between them for most of these topics. But my picks are The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Not Spiderwick Chronicles yet. Spiderwick Chronicles is in this list, but he's like the third one. It's like him too. Bridge to Terabithia is the second one. I love these movies. Let me start with that first part. What do you like about the movie? I love, for all of them, the combination of fantasy and reality. Because when I was asked this question, like, oh, what's your favorite fantasy movie? I struggled. 100%. I was like, I can't think of one. Oh my gosh, do I only like sci-fi? What's wrong with me? But then I remember I love the real world effects, because Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. Oh, they go into this wardrobe, they go into this other world, but you kind of realize, like, they went into this to get away from the terrors of World War II on the other side. So, a little fun fact about the movie that not many people know of. One of the main kids gets turned to the Ice Witch's side through Turkish Delights, I think it's Turkish Delights. And, fun fact, Turkish Delights are awful tasting. Like, they are not a good sweet or candy, they're just the worst. And it's kind of indicative of the fact of, oh, this kid lives in war. This kid does not, like, get chocolates or anything. He is very much, not in poverty, but, like, in a bad spot. Especially for this to be what he's betraying his friends for, his friends and his family for. That blending of reality and fantasy. For Bridge of Terabithia, they bring a lot of religious imagery as well, as also Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. Those two are very religious related. Because Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is a telling of the Bible, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Aslan is like the Jesus figure, and the kids are the apostles. I remember Aslan as a Jesus figure because he dies and comes back.
Right.
And then for Rich Terabithia, it's a lot more in your face about it of, oh, one of these children comes from a very religious background and the other one doesn't, and showing the differences as they explore this fantasy world, it's like the reality always seeps in. And that's something I love about these movies. For Spider-Man Chronicles, the monsters are completely invisible. You have to use, like, something to see them, some kind of device to see them. I remember this key scene where one of the monsters is, like, digging through the dirt to come after them, but you can't see on the road where it's coming. It's like, oh, it's not going to mess up the real world, but the moment you put the glass up to your eyes, you see cracks in the dirt and something coming at you. And that imagery is so indicative of the vibe that I love of that movie. It's just reality and fantasy hand in hand.
Yeah.
Not very real to you. I've never watched those movies, never. But I feel that I have to watch them.
Same.
They're so good. That is very indicative of the vibe that I love of this movie. Just reality and the fantasy going hand in hand, completely. There's lines between them, yes, because Lion Witch in the Wardrobe, you have to go through the wardrobe. There's always a go-through point. It's never completely, oh, the Ice Witch is dealing with World War II. No, it's separate, but parallel, especially in the fact of, towards the end of the movie, there is a war between the Ice Witch and Aslan's group, kind of representing, oh, there's a war outside in the real world.
And yet still, in the fantasy world, there's another one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, there's nowhere that is truly perfect or peaceful.
And I also like the time jump between that and the real world, too. I always thought that was really interesting.
That was so cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously.
It doesn't really do a time jump like that. I was trying to think if it does anything similar, but not really. Let's go to the color palette. So, this also goes hand in hand with the blending it with reality, but a lot of the color palette for Bridge to Terabithia is very, not muted, but very natural, it looks real. And even the creature designs, they still look beautifully fantasy, but they still have that twinge of reality of like, oh, a perfect elf with these, like, pointed ears. The ears aren't going to look like completely normal all the time. It's gonna look a little unsettling. It's not perfect.
Right.
Where with Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe, it does go more into like, oh, brighter colors, but it still feels natural. Like, you look at the ice areas of that movie, and it looks like you could run through that. That looks real. And they also change up, like, they change up the warm and cool colors, like, for the war between the witch and, like, Aslan and his soldiers. There's a lot more warm colors, almost like summer, spring, driving out winter.
Mm-hmm. Let's take a second to appreciate Tilda Swinton, man. What an actress.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she's just incredible. Good guy, bad guy, whether it's Marvel or The Lion, which were, like, I thought, man, what a captivating. I think so hear me out. A lot like Kathy Bates, I feel like Tilda Swinton isn't afraid to be the weird, the wild, the evil, things that a lot of people, actors, they want to be the pretty one, the hero, or something along those lines.
You gotta be the villain sometimes.
You do, and she does it so well, and that's such a compliment, because if you hate the character, that means they did their job. I cannot express this enough.
Hold on a second. She was in Marvel?
Yes, she was in Doctor Strange.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, I always forget about Doctor Strange.
Oh my god, I totally blocked that out. Yes, you're totally right, yeah. The Asian one, yes.
Yeah.
The Asian one, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally blocked that out. I don't know why.
It might be the terrain.
People hated it, but
I wouldn't realize
I love her work.
She's so good.
Yes.
Like, as an actor, if I could be half as good as her, I think I'll be doing okay. Like, she really is awesome.
Oh yeah. Ooh, this also kind of goes into the lighting, but let me talk about the Spider-Man Chronicles, because I feel like I always forget about that movie, even though that one has so many like pinpointed scenes that are stuck into my mind. Because one that I can talk about right now for the color palette is, I think it's the ending scene where it's night and the main villain is climbing up the like house that the main child lives in, just climbing up it, chasing him down to like kill him, and the moon is just perfectly right behind it, if I remember correctly, and you get this long shot of this cool blue, dark, threatening colors, and after he defeats him, you just see this beautiful sunrise, almost like he's coming back, and all the warm colors of the area and the forest that he lives in just start coming back, and it's like, oh, it's over. We've beaten evil. Such an amazing scene. I don't even think the movie's that good. It's just so many good scenes.
That
I love it.
happens.
I know. It's like how I love the Spy Kids movies, which I love that
Okay.
generation of movies.
Yeah.
I love all of them, but I know the third one's bad.
But I still thought it was so cheesy, but I'd still watch it. Everybody has like their comfort movies.
Yeah.
Sometimes mine are like the Jurassic Park, obviously the Lord of the Rings,
Yes.
Transformers. You know, like everybody's gonna have that comfort movie that you throw on in the background when you're doing laundry or you're cooking or something. And I feel like
If we
that's
bring
one
up
of
Transformers, you'll never stop talking about them. I swear. I love Transformers.
No, please don't worry, man. You can go. You can keep going. I don't mind. I haven't watched that movie from all of the movies that you mentioned. Only the Narnia movies, the one that I watched. I mean, come on, it's C.S. Lewis. You gotta watch that. It was such a
Sounds
phenomenon.
classic.
Yeah, but night for real. After this episode, I'm just gonna go and play one of those movies because I do really want to know about that now.
Yeah.
We should do a movie night.
Let's
We
do
are.
it.
Movie night, yeah.
Movie night.
Movie night.
I haven't seen the Spiderwick Chronicles, but I will make a note of it within the next week or before our next episode to watch the movies that you two are recommending for sure. You know,
Yeah.
between Lord of the Rings.
Well,
Yeah.
if you haven't watched Lord of the Rings, do your chores, do your homework.
Mhm.
Give it a try. Give it a try. If it's
This
not
is
for
your
you, it's not
government
for you.
mandated watch. This is your government mandated order to watch Lord of the Rings.
And hey, I know people that they actually don't like the Lord of the Rings and legit they don't like it. But hey, did you give it a try? Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Then
as
if you
long
give it a
as you
try,
try it.
go ahead. Tell me why you didn't like it. I totally respect that. But give it a
I
try.
gotta be
Give it a
honest,
try.
that's rare for me because you know whenever I get met with that, as far as Lord of the Rings goes, you didn't like it. Okay, tell me why. And it was just too long. I think I've had that response more than I've actually had like a
That
you know, I
happens.
just
That happens.
don't
Yeah.
like if somebody's like maybe they don't have the attention span, which is fair. That's okay. Not
Yeah.
everybody likes that. That's why short independent films exist,
Mhm.
right? Or short
Yeah.
series, movies, whatever. TV. I have to be honest. I can't really think of somebody who's given me like a real other than like it's just too long. And hey, if that's not your bag, that's fine. But that is like the main thing that people tell me.
I do have a friend that
Yeah.
he we met each other playing Warhammer, playing the miniatures, the fantasy one before the Age of Sigmar Warhammer game that exists right now. It was a Warhammer Fantasy, whatever. The point is, we met playing on the same table, just at a regular store, and I have a tattoo of the encryption of the One Ring, and he saw it. I was like, dude, I know that from somewhere. I'm like, yeah, that's the inscription. I tell him, he's like, yeah, you're right. You know what? I'm sorry. I think you're gonna get violent, but I didn't like the movie. I'm like, okay, hold on.
You're
No
absolutely
physical
right.
stuff, man. But yeah, just throwing the miniature at his face now. But I was like, okay,
Get
you know what?
violent.
Let me know. Like, why you didn't like it? And the guy did legit give me a good answer, and he was like, bro, I don't know. It's just I don't mind the length. I watched Schindler's List. I watched the Titanic. I mean, it was not the duration of the movie, but I found it boring. That was fair. I cannot argue with that,
Feelings
man.
are hurt.
It's subjectiveness. It's subjectiveness. So I cannot argue with that. If you don't like the Lord of the Rings, uh, it doesn't make you a better or worse person.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it really needs to hook you, but I feel like it's so good at hooking people. But I'm also the target audience.
Yeah, exactly. We are the
Guilty
target
as
audience for that
charged.
kind of movie. We are. So yeah, some people are not, and that's totally fair, totally fine.
Oh yeah.
Also, I realized I missed a question. One of the questions. I missed what it reminds you of.
Oh yeah.
I knew
That's
I was
okay.
asking something.
That's okay.
So Lion Witch in the Wardrobe and Bridge to Terabithia both vividly remind me of like school when I was a kid because I went to a very religious school and Lion Witch in the Wardrobe. Oh, that's a fun way to teach kids about Jesus, and they weren't wrong. I just didn't know it was about Jesus
Yeah.
until they
Um.
actively told me like, "Oh, this is this." I'm like, "Oh, now I don't. Now I'm bored. Don't tell me this." But Bridge to Terabithia was shown to us and very much tackles religion in an aggressive way because it's not just like, oh, should you believe in God or not? It hits it right with the, oh, if I don't believe in God, am I going to hell? Because the two main characters are two best friends from school, and one of them comes from a very religious family. He has some like issues with his family, which is why he goes to the Terabithia. And on the
Okay.
other side, we don't really see the girl best friend's life, but it's very much hinted that it's really bad because it's
Ooh.
not just like, oh, she only goes to Bridge like to Terabithia. Sometimes she's normally just there, unsupervised, and there's a part in the movie where she's hanging out with the best friend and his family, and they go to church, and she just tags along. Which wild parenting thing to just be like, oh yeah, my kid can just join someone else's family, but okay. But they take her to church. It's very much like a religious service, and then on the drive back, she asks him like, "Hey, if I don't believe in God, am I going to hell?" And this like child, her age, doesn't know what to say. He's frozen because he's never thought about that. That's never been something that has crossed his mind, and he doesn't know if he can ask his parents. He's like, "Oh, what if they don't want me to hang out with my best friend anymore?" And the movie tackles it even harder because spoiler alert, spoiler alert for Rich Terabithia, the female best friend dies. Like
Okay.
the bridge to Terabithia was like this rope swing over water, and one day she did it by herself because she went to Terabithia a lot more. She did it during a storm, and the water in the river was a lot higher, and she missed, fell into the water, and drowned. And also, a very dark way for someone to die. It's not just like,
Oh yeah.
oh, she
Yep.
fell and
Yep.
like broke her neck. It's like, oh, she drowned.
Yeah.
Are you sure
Wow.
this is for children?
Yeah.
I don't think it was.
Like
I don't
you
know why
said,
they showed us this. Like they
the
don't
lion, the
show her
witch, and the
drowning, but
lashing.
they. Well, no, this one's the Bridge to Terabithia, and it's just like, oh, ugh.
Yeah, no,
So, oh
that's the rough stuff, and I understand. I mean, I grew up in a very similar environment that you're describing, so
Right.
yeah, it does tackle things that most kids in that type of environment are gonna have to go through. So it hits reality in a way that makes people uncomfy.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it was one of my favorite things about that movie because I was the girl best friend in that movie. I always asked questions. I was just like her of, oh, well, what if this or what if, and it reminded me of how many times I butt heads with a lot of my religious teachers. And a funny quote that one of my teachers told me, which I thought she hated me, and I kind of hated her, and we would fight constantly. But at the end of the year, like full on, there were points where people would be upset with me because we learned nothing in class because I was debating this woman the entire time.
Good.
But after my midterm, like I made some snarky remark because I was a kid. I was like, "Oh, this class made me atheist," which it wasn't true. I was agnostic at the time. But she said to me, and I quote, "Oh, well, happy that I can help you through your journey," and that just floored me. I was like, what do you mean?" I was being rude, and she's like, "Yeah, but if I can help you grow in whatever way you need to in God's eyes, that's what I want to do." And I instantly gained respect for that teacher. I was instantly like, oh, I was nicer ever since. Like, oh, I feel bad. But that's what that movie kind of means to me and reminds me of the idea of we don't know. When someone asks you, oh, if you believe in this, does that make me wrong? Or if you think this, do you hate me? If your answer to that isn't exactly what your belief or like your where you were growing up from is, that's not a bad thing. They were still best friends. They still cared about each other, even if they had different.
That's a good way to look at that.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
It's
that's a
also
good
very
movie.
delicate. It's also very delicate when something a property like a book or a fantasy movie or whatever it is touches on religion. Is very delicate for the masses for a lot of people.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's just the way how to do it, and wow, like everything that you're describing. I mean, again, I've never watched the movie, nor ever read the book or anything like that. But damn, it looks very intense. Like it sounds very very intense. I'm really curious about it now.
I remember watching it, like, because I watched it a couple times when I was younger. I haven't watched it in a while, but I do love this movie, and I need to rewatch it, and I've been dying to rewatch it. So I feel like I'm
movie night.
Movie night.
Yes. So the tough question, I have to ask it. What was
go for it.
Something you didn't like about these movies?
I can go down the list. I can go down the list pretty easily. Let me go in reverse order, just because Spider-Man Chronicles does have a lot of issues with it. I feel like a lot of the characters, like the creatures, I can remember one specifically that kind of got on my nerves. It was this kind of butler little gremlin guy, and he was super sweet and cute when he was in a good mood, but the moment he started to get annoyed or get, like, his temper would go off, he'd just get ugly and, like, disgusting looking, and I'm like, I hate this thing. Because as a kid, I'm like, oh, he's so cute, and then he gets upset, I'm like, oh.
He's not cute.
Kill it. Kill it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is very mixed feelings there, huh?
Yeah. Very mixed feelings about that little guy. All the other creature designs I very much like, but that little guy, For the Bridge of Terabithia, I wish that they shine some more light onto the best friend, because I love everything about the movie. I just almost wish it was longer. Like, I wish you showed me more about her character and about, like, what's going on. Because, yes, the main boy is, like, our main character. He's our main point of view, and he does a great job at that. But, like, share the screen a bit, man. Kind of like what you guys were saying with Sam. Share the podium a bit.
For Sam.
And
for Sam.
And for Lion Witch in the Wardrobe, this one has nothing to do with the movie. This more has to do with every time I had to see the movie, it was in religion class. And I'm like, I love this movie. And then we get to a good part and they pause and they're like, so, who do you think Aslan represents in the Bible? I'm like, stop, play the movie.
Play the movie. This is an outrage.
Jesus, I know. You've shown me this 3 years in a row. Play the movie.
If we're watching the movie and you stop the moment where Aslan revives and start running, I'll be mad.
I think did that before. They 100% did that.
He's gonna staple you to, like, the wall.
And I remember why they would show us the movie, because it was towards the end of the year and we're about to, like, take finals and everything, and they're like, hey, this will help you study for finals, and it's a good movie. So every year, Lion Witch in the Wardrobe, and I love it. Stop pausing it. There was one teacher who was like, I'm not going to pause this. Just watch it and hear the paper, write, like, what you think for the movie in the paper. I did not write that paper at all. I did not write anything down. That man looked at me and was like, why didn't you write anything? And then I told him the answer to everything. He's like, okay, never mind. You're good.
Yeah, like, if I was a teacher, I'd be like, okay. Like, that's fair. Everybody, I mean, every teacher's going to be different.
Yeah,
like, my teacher, I don't think we watched the particular movie, but we watched another one, which I don't want to reveal the title yet because it's going to be the topic of our future drama movie session. But we would watch this movie, and she was very good at, like, she wanted us to pay attention. She's like, hey, pay attention to this, and then we would do like a paper on it, obviously. But she didn't, like, force us to write during, which was excellent. And I appreciated that. Just a fun fact. Hey, shout out to that teacher. Thank you, teacher, for not making people write stuff down when I'm trying to watch a movie.
I like teachers like that. The teacher who let us actually watch the movie had this one saying that I'll never forget. And it was for every test. I love this man. For a test, he'd be like, okay, here's the study guide. Now, I'm not going to tell you everything that's on the study guide is what's on the test. But if I was a betting man, I would bet money that this test is going to look exactly like this study folder.
Oh, yeah, I have a lot of teachers like that too, yeah.
Oh, man, just let me see.
Yeah, I have a lot of teachers like that.
And speaking of the Aslan scene where he dies and then comes back, Aslan is my favorite character.
Cool, yes, let's go.
And one of my favorite fun facts, because the voice actor, he was the same voice actor for the British version and the American version of this movie, but it was Liam Neeson. The difference is, where he says "ride me" in the American version, he just says it like very out, "ride me," but in the British version, he yelled, "ride me!" Like, it's a demand. It is get on.
What a weird thing to say in a movie that's supposed to be about Jesus. Like, who wrote that?
And he says that to a little girl, so...
I know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But he's riding.
You alright, man?
He's riding to the war. He's like, let's go to war.
It's an epic series. It's an epic scene, I mean, but I was like, are you alright, man?
When I saw him, come back, that was a pretty powerful scene.
Yeah, it was. It was, definitely.
Yeah, it was. It would be a more powerful scene if my religion teachers wouldn't keep pausing it and say, this is just like when Jesus came back from the dead. I know.
Chichi has, like, pausing, TiVo PTSD. Like,
yeah. So, now that you're mentioning that, what do you remember what your teacher used to say by the scene that we still have the meme around that the silent switch, don't dare to cite the text or the sacred writings. I was there when they were written or something like that.
No.
Do you remember what he used to say? And now it's just pure curiosity.
Yes, I think I do, because I think it was specifically when Jesus went into the temple when the when the religious figures were like gambling and selling stuff and flipped the tables and was like, "This is the house of God. This is the house of my Father. Do not like do sinful acts." Like, I think those were the exact same thing. I think that was the parallel there.
God. At the risk of
breaking me more.
Of it going sideways, it's kind of like when you live in the same house as an Italian and you end up breaking the pasta. Tables are flipped.
Oh yeah, you never know.
What is this? This is the house of an Italian.
Yeah, no, you don't. I'm sorry, no.
Que cosa fai?
You never do that.
When you're in a South American family's house and the game is on and they miss and no.
Yeah, you do not. You do not say it's just a game. No.
No.
No, I'm sorry. No, that's just no-nos. It's just no-nos.
That's how you get thrown out and never get invited again. That's what happens.
Yeah, you will have some some character development if you do that.
A lot of character development.
I'm glad I was able to help you on your journey.
But for the wrong reasons.
For every
I'm glad I can help you to your grave.
Yeah, no. I've been there in both scenarios, and it is not a pleasant experience.
Yeah.
You were thrown out over a game, bro.
Hey, even worse.
We play Magic the Gathering.
Yeah,
no kidding. Even worse. When I was a small kid, one of my friends, he's Italian by birth. And we used to go to his nonna. So, of course, his grandmother. And weekends, it was almost like a ritual for that lady to make fresh gnocchi. And if it happened to be the soccer game for her local team or for that family's local team, yeah, you don't get to comment anything about the game. I once did that day. She literally did not serve me food. She was angry at me.
Oh my god.
What did you
Yep.
say?
What did you
I
do?
was. They lost, and I was like, I mean, it's just a game.
Oh no, Danny.
So no, yeah, you don't do that.
Have you been checked for curses? It's Sicilian curses. I just want to make sure you're okay.
I don't
Okay.
know. Maybe I have something gypsy curse. Gypsy curse.
See, I was raised at a young age to like take soccer seriously because I played soccer from kindergarten and pre-K to I want to say not freshman year in high school. I almost did it freshman year in high school, but I played soccer straight from that point.
Okay.
And when I was learning, when I was like 3 years old and practicing with my mom hip checked me to the ground to get the ball for me. And that's when I learned, oh, soccer is full contact. Got it.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And then I was a menace from then on. I broke a kid's leg in, I want to say, first grade soccer.
Yes,
And it was funny, too. We were both fighting for the ball, and then we both went down, and I instantly hopped back up and just, like, looked around like, oh, everything's fine. And then this kid points at me on the ground and yells, he broke my leg! He broke my leg! Just looking at him like, oh, man.
Like I did not.
And then
I
the one
remember.
time I got
Oof.
injured, much like Jesus, I fell 3 times, and I did not get up the third time.
Did you just play dead? Like what happened, dude?
I don't know what happened, but like something, I sprained my ankle or something, but I didn't realize it. So I tried to get up, and then I fell down. And I was like, oh, I must have just slipped. I tried to get up again. I fell down. And as this is happening, I see people rush me from the side of the field. I'm like, why? I try to get up one more time, and at that point, someone caught me, and they're like, hey, you're not okay.
Sit down. Okay,
Oh
well,
my
so
God.
we have to have a sports episode. We can tell you
That's
about
right.
all the things.
That's the.
Favorite sports
Well-
movie.
We'll teach all those kids all the things you're not supposed to do, so that coaches can call in and be like, "What are you teaching my children?"
If they were a good coach, they'd be teaching that.
Yeah, they'll be throwing you into the ground. Like, yeah, if you don't do that, kid, you learn to play.
I feel like I answered all the questions.
Oh yeah,
Did I miss
did.
any?
Like, yeah, you did.
Oh, I don't think so. All right, Danny. Okay, I'm ready for this one. I'm ready for this one.
Oh,
I'm ready.
so
Feelings
okay,
are not. My feelings are not.
just to clarify, yes, I do have the Lord of the Rings tattoo. Yes, I do have 3 pictures on my wall for each of the movies of the Lord of the Rings, and yes, I can recite the entire trilogy extended edition by memory. But no, it is not my favorite movie. None of them.
Yeah.
Yep, it is not. It is not. Even though I'm a huge Tolkien nerd, Dragonheart from 1996 is my favorite movie. It has a lot of things that I think that because of that movie that I really like fantasy the way I do in general. So just before saying anything, have you guys ever heard about this movie? I will not be surprised if you haven't.
Never heard of it once.
This
Okay.
will be, my first time. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm a nerd out a little bit. I'm sorry. Dragonheart is a very unique movie in what way? So it had a very good cast. First of all, okay. Before saying something about the lore, about the plot of the movie, and anything else, I'm just gonna say something. They had a very solid cast. So the main character was Dennis Quaid. I think it is his name. Yes, it's Dennis Quaid. Yes. I had to look it up because I always confuse his name with somebody else. It was Dennis Quaid. He was the main character.
You might confuse him with his son, Jack Quaid, who's also in the film.
Yes, that's totally true. Thank you. I totally confused that now. Well, yeah. Now the son is the one, Huey.
He's in The Boys.
Yeah, exactly. That's our boy Huey, and now he's playing Huey everywhere. But
Yeah, he's everywhere.
so, but this movie had a lot of beautiful actors of the '90s. Did you guys watch Starship Troopers?
Yes.
So the redhead girl from Starship Troopers is in this movie. She's one of the secondary characters. Well, one of the most powerful secondary characters of this movie, but also people like Pil Holoswade. I hope I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. I think he passed not long ago though. Yeah, but he was very out there. Like there, most likely you saw a movie from the 90s and he was there. Most likely, he was like the Samuel L. Jackson of the 90s. But
They blew up Argentina.
yeah, there was also Sean Connery. He was the dragon, and if well, the voice of the dragon, and David Thewlis. So if you don't know that name, or if you think you know that name, he is the actor that also plays Professor Lupin in the Harry Potter universe. This guy was the antagonist of that movie. So this movie is about the heart of the dragon. And no kidding, it is the heart of a dragon. That is great. His character is Bowen. He's a knight. This is very medieval. It has like a lot of like high fantasy in that you have a real dragon almost taking the entire screen sometimes. Like it's one of the protagonists. It's one of the main characters. The dragon is actually one of the main characters. So on that regard, I think it's high fantasy, but it's also low fantasy in the regard that nobody else has magic. Nobody else has any fantasy elements at all. It's just a medieval world with a dragon. And that's it. Then it's great. He also Bowen. That's the name of this character, the knight. He is the mentor of the prince of the area, of the king of that kingdom, whatever. But the thing is that the king is a tyrant. He's a bad king. And thing happens that, just long story short, Professor Lupin, his name is Einon. Einon, he gets stabbed in the heart by, I don't remember. I know, yeah. It is like a stake coming out of a wooden building. He just gets pierced in the heart. And his mother, the queen, knows that the dragon exists. This specific dragon exists, and she takes his son with his mentor, with the knight, to this dragon's lair. And by that time, this is the first, but this is the beginning of the movie. You don't see the dragon. You only see the shadow of the dragon. And the dragon has this it's Sean Connery. It has this Sean Connery presence of voice, very deep, very magnanimous, if you may. Like he's the dragon. I don't know. I was a small kid when I saw this movie, so to me, when I saw a Sean Connery movie that I saw his face, I was like, "Hey, this guy sounds like the dragon." I watched
How they put that dragon in a man body?
Yeah, like this guy sounds like a dragon. Not realizing he was the dragon. He was the dragon. This dragon, he makes the kid before he draws his last breath to swear that he's going to do good, and the kid is like, "Yeah, I'll do good," and passes. But the dragon takes the knight's sword and cuts his own heart in half, granting that he's half of the heart to the kid, to the prince, so he can survive. And he does. He survives. The dragon can live afterwards with just half a heart. Now the prince, alive and with half a dragon's heart, that's what the movie's named, Dragonheart, and the other half is just a human heart. He gets more powerful somehow, not superhero level, but he gets enhanced somehow. Like he has the ring. Let's call it like that, because he gets more evil. So all of his already human traits get multiplied by some amount, emotionally mainly. Like physical prowess and power, not really. It's just more of endurance. He is like just a tough to beat, but you don't dwell into that too much until later in the movie. But the thing is that now the knight, he swears to hunt every dragon because he thinks that is the dragon's heart who corrupted the child. When it was not true, it was the child who corrupted the dragon's heart. The child was always evil all along. He was just playing with a knight, just like, yeah, I'm just gonna say what you want me to say. So I'm just gonna,
It was always a little cheddar.
yes, I'm just gonna go along with it. Leave me alone. He was the kind of kid. But this knight, he swears to slay every single dragon until there is no dragons no more. And he achieves that. There is only one last dragon that he needs to kill. Now, this is where both characters formally meet, that they start to fight. And their fight is just very hilarious. This movie has a lot of fun. It has a lot of like funny movies. It has a lot of serious movies. And the movie takes itself seriously. All right, like you can see that the characters are also playing, like literally playing, not playing as in acting, but like literally playing on the scenes, just to like they want to scam people afterwards. Because this Knight and the Dragon, they are par to par, and now the dragon comes with an idea that hey, let's work you and I together. You kill me, you are jobless because there will be no more dragon slayers. Oh, I'm the last one. So they have a partnership where they get to work together, saying like, oh no, there's a dragon coming to this town. The dragon appears, and now suddenly a dragon slayer shows up. I can kill the dragon with a huge, very monster hunterish crossbow on the ground that the guy has, and he knows how to assemble and stuff. And he fires the bolt, and the dragon, you can tell, you can see that the dragon grabs the bolt in the air, puts it back beneath his arm, like on the armpit, and fakes and faints. You know, oh no, I'm hit, and falls into the lake and just disappears. So they're scamming people together, and you know that they both are having fun on that. They're laughing, they're singing, they're just having fun. But when the movie needs to be serious, it takes itself seriously. Like, hey, we need to fight. We need to. No, we're talking there. The movie has a lot of rebellion now. Like, hey, people understand then that the dragon actually is fighting for the people. I mean, the knight and the dragon are not enemies; they're allies. And now people want to use that to also, fight Einon and get rid of his tyranny once and for all. So this movie is very good at doing that. Why is my favorite fantasy movie? Now, this is very easy to answer. It was the movie that first captivated me. Fantasy or not, this was the movie that first captivated me of all. Like, I remember just going to Blockbuster, yes, Blockbuster, and renting the VHS of that movie every single week. Why? I don't know. The first time I did, it was like that every single week, every single month until my local Blockbuster died. Yeah, and it was just watching the movie. I had the feeling of always watching it for the first time every single day. I was not cracking the movie every single day, as in literally every single day, but every time that I played the movie, it was just like the first time. It was beautiful, it was magical. And I was like, oh my god, the dragon. Oh my god, the dragon, the knight. Oh my god, that's so fun. This is so cool. That movie also has a lot of like very emotional stuff. Now, one of my other points here about the movie is it reminds me of that era of I'm finding out about fantasy. I'm finding out, I'm discovering fantasy. I'm discovering these movies. I'm discovering that not everything is a cartoon because I've always in my life, I've been a cartoon head. I love my cartoons. I love my comic books. I love my Hanna-Barbera, Yogi Bear, the Flintstones, my anime, those, if it's hand drawn or digitally drawn, I'll love it. But this was the one, like, I think the first movie that I really pay attention that was with people, so that reminds me of that era of, I am discovering an entire new world. I'm expanding myself. Like, oh yeah, this is so awesome. Yeah, no, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And now this is also a very funny part. The movie uses talking about the colors and the palette used in this film, and I'm going to talk about that and the light at the same time because the movie was one of those movies that it got filmed not inside a studio all the time. I'm not sure of the process, but I dare say of what I remember reading, but I dare say that at least a good 80% was done outside, or
Yep.
even more. It was filmed in Slovakia because the castles, all of these old medieval aesthetics that a lot of the 90s and 80s movies have come from that kind of places. You think fantasy, you think that part of Europe
Yeah.
somehow, and it's beautiful. They capture that very well. So you have very much natural light every single time. Even when it's the night time, you have torches everywhere. You have the fire just giving you the only light source in the movie. The CGI, of course. The dragon was a fully scale dragon. I think it was one of the first projects, like large scale projects, having a fully digitalized being in a movie, and that the character had just to play along, like your dragon is to the left, and Bowen or Dennis Quaid looking to the left on a specific angle because the dragon was supposed to be there, and they just added during production. But everything was filmed outside. So you capture that natural light, natural sunlight that you can just have outside. That's the only way to put it. And that makes also the colors that they use very earthly, very realistic, quote unquote, on that. Because there's no, even though there are knights, there's no shining armor. You will see chainmail, but you will see it how it is. It's natural chain. It's natural metal, and that's part of it. Also, like the realism between the elements. Even though this is a fantasy movie, but everything else looks very, 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 very realistic. So it's very fun on that regard. Let's say my favorite character of that movie was the dragon, of course. Growing up, yeah, I mean, it's a dragon. Who will not like a dragon in a movie about a dragon? Of course, it's gonna be the dragon.
The
Draco
entire
was his
city
name.
of like any city in Westeros, or
Yeah.
any city.
Definitely, definitely. But the more I grow up, and the more like I want to also like revisit the movie, and the more I revisit the movie, actually, I ended up liking more the night. But of course, that means I'm growing up. It is the perspective that I feel from the characters and stuff. But I mean, no, the dragon. It's Sean Connery. Come on, it's just too good to be true. Yeah, and what I did not like about the movie. So, realistically, there are three things that I do not like about this movie. The first one is it did not age well because even though 1996 it was one of the first projects, yes, that's true. The CGI is not that good at all with the dragon in some scenes, so you can tell that yeah, it looks like a Nintendo 64 sometimes.
Yeah.
Not that drastic, not to be too drastic, but it doesn't look. It was not pristine everywhere. But of course, there are caveats to that. There are budget to that. There is a new technology for the era, and that's I totally understand that. But hey, that's something that one of the things that I didn't like. The second thing that I do not like about the movie is that some of the choreographies feel very choreography. I'm going to move my sword over here, and you're gonna block. All right, 1, 2, 3, go. It felt like that in some part of the scenes, not everywhere again, but in some part of the scenes. However, don't get me wrong. I must say this is a Universal movie in the '90s, so you're getting top tier, top quality for what you're getting. But the third part that I do not like is that from Dragonheart they made it a franchise basically, and there are like 5 movies that are still coming out. Don't watch any of them, please. Do yourself a favor and just don't pursue them. I'm sorry. If anybody likes one of the Dragonheart movies, kudos to you. I'm sorry, but kudos to you. I personally didn't like any of them. I tried to watch them all, and I found myself sleeping through them, just like ignoring them. It's just like, and you don't have my attention. But I played the first one, and I'm just like a little kid again in there. So I don't know if I'm attached to the movie, but they are not good. They're not good at all.
What a shame. Maybe we should
I know.
adopt the series and change it up.
Well, a little like curiosity here is that the screenwriter for the movie was Charles Edward Pogue. He also wrote the screenplays for Psycho 3, The Fly.
Okay.
These are greedy movies. We're talking greedy horror movies. They are not in tandem with a family warm fantasy movie, an adventure fantasy movie. But Charles he openly expressed that he did not like what the studio did to the script, to the screenplay for Dragonheart. He did not like it. Yeah.
I understand.
Okay.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder
That's
why
a
you
deep-
didn't like it. Like, is there any reasoning, like, specifically?
Well, this is something of a very common issue that a lot of screenwriters that when you are in a creative world, and this is my opinion, a lot of ideas go in different directions, in opposite ways. And normally is the people in the suit who hold the money, the ones that have the final say. Even though the creative person don't like that and they advise otherwise, the people in the suit are the ones who are gonna say yes or no in the end. Unfortunately, however, that's my opinion though. Most likely, either say why is something like that happened. It's more of a quality part of the movie.
Mhm.
It is not everywhere in the movie, but it's just part of the quality of it. Otherwise, I really like it a lot. Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
You like
Well,
the, yeah, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. That's
Yeah,
all.
no. Yes, that's some different words. So, sorry. So, well, also the ending is very emotional in general because music for this movie was amazing. Not gonna lie, it's not our shore level, but this music kind of make you cry. I mean, I don't want to go too hard in details, but if you want to watch the movie, or if it sparks a little bit of curiosity, but look for the theme song, look for the original soundtrack, and you will understand what I'm saying.
I believe you. I'm a sucker for soundtracks, big time.
Oh,
Everything from Jurassic Park,
Mhm.
Harry Potter, Interstellar. I love Hans Zimmer, John
Nice.
Williams. Love them. So like on top of being a metalhead, you'll see me occasionally. Like it'll go from like playing metal to like the Jurassic Park theme.
Understandable though.
Yep.
And a good soundtrack can make or break a movie.
Yes,
Definitely.
And that was my thing with the Lord of the Rings. I like the themes. They are most certainly on my Spotify playlist.
Yep.
YouTube.
They're on mine too.
Yeah.
I fully agree. So I look forward to that. I have homework, and I'm excited about the homework. Probably for the first time in my life.
Homework.
Well, this is more for the movie night.
Yes.
Movie night.
It's gonna be like I feel like I'm gonna be so emotional. I'm gonna get overly attached to the dragon. I know it. I can tell you right now. I know how it's gonna be. I'm gonna be
Oh, I love that dragon.
I know
You'll be right to me. You'll be right to me. There are a lot of things that I'm not mentioning about this movie just because of the plot. There's a lot of things that I don't want to mention because, I mean, just go ahead and watch it for real. If you don't like it in the end, just let me know. I'll be fine. I will make sure not to throw any miniatures to your face, which I never did. But
comment below, but we are not. Your safety is not my concern. I'm just letting full disclosure. The cost of ball is not liable.
I totally respect that people have different likings, and for every mind, every color. So yeah, you like what you like. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. But yeah, just go watch the movie. Just try it. Just give it a little try. A little try. It's like watching Twilight. I personally don't like that franchise. I personally don't. But I did try it. I did watch it. I did try to read. I read the first book. I'm sorry I didn't like it.
I tried. I really did. I tried to. And like all the girls, especially in school, were like, "Oh my gosh,
I'm not the target audience.
or Team Jacob," and I'm like, I'm just not. Like I just couldn't get into it. But to be fair, there were characters aside from the main cast that I did think were interesting, such as like Ari, I think his name. He was played by Michael.
Yes.
But he very very good actor. I found his character interesting more so than the core cast. I really did try. So I know people out there are gonna be like, "Oh my god, she didn't like Twilight. Oh my god." Me just got you. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it.
There's so many more interesting stories you can do with vampires. Like, I'm sorry, romance is cool and all, but these things live for years, decades. Come on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, talking about vampires, though, just a quick thing. Watch Sinners if you haven't done yet.
Yes, Sinners is so good.
It's a very good
You know
movie,
what?
in my
I keep
opinion.
forgetting. It's on my watch list. I keep forgetting. So I'm glad you said that. So so for realsies, going forward with more homework, you like Sinners. It was good? For reals?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so good.
Yes. I really, really enjoyed it.
Awesome. I will probably, after dealing with post-production stuff, I will probably watch it this evening because I really have, I like horror. We'll have a whole other segment on that. I'm excited too. So yeah, okay. I'm excited about this homework stuff.
Yeah. Gotta check out movies. The Dragonheart.
I'm not ready for the feelings. Not ready for the feelings.
You better be ready for that movie. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, I'm gonna cry like a little bitch. I'm gonna do it. I know it. It's fine. It's okay. It's fine. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna go call my mom. It's gonna be a whole thing.
It's gonna be
Like-
cool.
I'm gonna be like, oh, Mom. She's gonna be like, okay, but can you not?
I saw it on YouTube, Mom. I saw it on YouTube.
I think I like all the movies that we talked about tonight. I'm really excited to watch.
Yeah, there are so many of them that a list can just be infinite.
I could be here for ages.
Yep.
Again, I'm really glad that you guys joined me tonight. I had fun. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, this was
Oh,
fun.
thank you. This is really awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Oh yeah, tonight was a great episode. I'm really glad to have you guys. However, before we end this session, I do have a surprise question for you guys. Okay?
I'm surprised.
So, if you could go back in time, anytime, doesn't matter, and watch one movie in theaters again, maybe even one in theaters again for the first time, what movie would it be? Mine is the very first Jurassic Park. Classic.
Ooh, that is a classic.
That's
dang.
powerful. Oh, yes. Oh my God, Jurassic Park. Yes. Oof. What would you say, Chichi?
I want to say The Shining. I really love The Shining, and I would love to see that
Shining, yeah, I feel you.
That's a
theaters.
Oh my god, yes. You know what? I don't know. I know. I'm a sucker for 80s movies. So if I could go back in time and go to the movies for the first time, to watch a movie for the first time, I would definitely do Conan the Barbarian.
Okay, that's
The one with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
That movie. The first one, though.
Arnold.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I would definitely do that.
Yeah. I like it.
I do. Cool. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, that was actually a really surprising one. I don't know why I was expecting some like epic adventure. And the more I think about it, the more I probably second guess myself.
Movie, yeah.
Very basic.
I was expecting it. Or either that, or I thought Danny was going to come up with like a unique like movie from the 20s, like a silent film.
Hey,
I
can be a hipster, but not too much. Yeah.
I did think about pulling out this one movie from the 1988 Atrium, however it's pronounced. Because the first showing of that movie, the theater burned down and everyone died, and there's like this folklore about, oh, if you watch the movie, you'll die. It's not true.
I'm not going to test the theory, but I trust you.
Yeah, that can stay in the past.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Comment below what your favorite fantasy movie is. We definitely want to hear from you. You guys can tell us your favorite fantasy. You can fight me about Twilight. We're open. We have an open comment section.
Give us more homework and we'll watch the movies.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, so we are going to be launching episode 2. Usually we're going to try and have these out once a week. So we're really happy that you're here. Whether we have 4 listeners, 2 listeners, or 7,500, we're really grateful to have you guys.
Yeah. You guys make us here. Y'all put us on the mic.
You do. And if it's not you guys, it's just us, which is also okay. Like, that's fine. We'll just play it back and listen to ourselves.
Yeah, we can do that.
Why not? I'll just
our own
audience.
Yeah, we can be our own audience. They didn't like it. Everybody said they were like, "You can't believe she didn't like Twilight. That's it. I'm never listening to her."
Like, look, listen at that girl, and you next to me, like, oh man.
Yeah. Oh man.
Can't stand her. Can't stand her.
Yeah. Do you hear that? Did you about a dragon?
Yeah. Can you imagine, like, all of our stuff is just misconstrued? Like, you'll never hear this podcast that they slayed a dragon by a vampire. I don't understand. You kids in your podcasts.
You kids in your cockamamie podcast.
Yeah.
Cockamamie.
Chichi's ready for his grandpa phase.
I've been ready. My back hurts.
Back's been hurting since I was 16, I can relate. Okay. Alright, well, thank you, everybody, for listening. We will be back next time. Until then, see you later, Star Travelers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.